Riddle me this, riddle me that. Who's
like passing by, getting old, all that sort of stuff. It's like, that's all it's great. It's this really beautiful thing that's just going round and round and round.
Radiohead right now is the only major label band that's really allowed to take these huge artistic and stylistic risks. Why is that?
Not for any longer, I think.
We ended up on the wrong side of the fence when the bombs went off.
Well, also the economics of the fact, you know, OK Computer sells 4.5 million records, so it gives you some leeway.
But not everyone who sells 5 million albums decides to go into a studio and play around with noise and, you know, tone down guitars. And
they don't have to.
That's their prerogative. Yeah. That's fine.
We dreamt about doing this. Even before we'd signed, we talked about this. I mean, all these things sort of bizarrely enough came to fruition, and it was kind of like, oh yeah, okay, we can actually do this now. So,
oh God,
what can we spend some money on? And we bought a studio, you know, and it's great. We piled it full of beats.
Yeah, it's great.
It's great, and we turned up, and it's studio. We're not, you know, the thing is, for years we sort of like felt guilty about doing this stuff, or we didn't have the means to do it. But now it's kind of like, why not? What the hell?
Do you ever worry that by experimenting so much, like you have on Kid A and Amnesiac, that you'll ever lose some of your fans?
But no, Kid A and Amnesiac were not that much of an experiment. Really, they weren't. I mean, you know, it's like it's not fucking rocket science. You know, it's not. You know, compared with the music that we listen to, it's like it's pretty mild. So,
you know, wanted to be obscure, we'd do a much better job of it.
What will you ask me?
I've been waiting to talk to you.
Oh, bless you.
Because I know you got something to tell me.
I see a card of police documentation and then someone watching you very closely, all right?
I know exactly who you're talking about,
Yeah.
and I can't believe that you can see that.
Who are all these other older men around you? Do you have a lot of men in your family?
Yes, my grandmother had 6 sons.
You're really...
That's why we about to just bring it original and be swift but changeable. Right. That's it, period.
What's it been like taking the songs from Kid A and Amnesiac, which seem to rely so heavily on studio production, and then taking them out on live tour?
Kind of don't. I don't know. I mean, it's more about being prepared to play any kind of instrument in any combination and take those instruments on tour and not feel, you know, like a spare part just because you're only playing a tambourine or only playing a, you know, it's. I think we get pretty close. I hope we get pretty close when we play them live. So, you know, I mean, it's not studio trickery, it's just, there's so many of us, you know. Sometimes we have 3 guitars playing all at the same time, which is sort of rare, sort of not.
Does America seem different to you 3 years after the OK Computer tour?
Yeah, very.
What way?
Well, I mean, I think in terms of just how we are as a band 4 years ago or 3 years ago when we came over and how we viewed things, you know, I remember it being a really dark time and really not enjoying the American tour. In fact, it was a nightmare, you know, because we suddenly found ourselves in these arenas at the end of the tour, and we were not in the right frame of mind to be doing that, but we did it, and we realised, you know, we had to come back here and play it. But it's frightening when, I mean, I don't think any of us really enjoyed playing that last American tour. You know, if we were honestly, you know, there were moments, but now it's so different. It's like, you know, enjoying it.
Yeah.
Did having such a bad experience on the OK Computer tour scare you guys about going on tour again?
Yeah, me especially, just the touring even, everything. To me was a long series of having to deal, and I now don't sort of have that. Now it's sort of like, all right, nice to meet you. Thanks very much. That's it.
Do you find that you're inspired by the same stuff when you write songs now as you were 10 years ago when you were first putting out Pablo Honey?
No, of course not. I mean, the music that you listen to when you're 23 is very different from the music you listen to when you're 33 or, you know, 10 years on. You can't stay with the same stuff. You can come back to stuff and realise why you liked it then. Maybe you haven't listened to it for 9 years.
Yeah.
But if you don't listen to other stuff, then, you know, what you do, partly what you do anyway in the band is you're kind of half ripping off things that you really like or you're really influenced by.
Yeah, your influences change, they don't stay the same.
So who or what inspires you to write the songs that you're writing now?
I'm personally not listening to anything particularly at the moment, kind of, except for weird classical music.
At MTV News cast our nets out to all of your fans through email and through QuickTime. They sent us questions back. So here they go.
Hi, I'm Steve from Monroe, Connecticut. This question is for Mr. York. Do you have any recollection as to the meanings behind the lyrics and moods of Amnesiac?
Yeah, God, loads. I mean, Revolving Doors, for example, is something that happened in my brain where, like sort of Alice in Wonderland, is it Alice in Wonderland? Where she walks down the corridor and there's lots of different doors. I was in the sort of that corridor mentally for 6 months. And that was an extremely sort of central part for me of what I was writing, because it was every door I opened was a big, you know, I was dreading opening it. I didn't know what was going to happen next. See, that makes perfect sense.
Christopher from Sacramento, California wants to know why some tracks are spelled in an unconventional manner.
He can't type.
It's a knackered old typewriter though, isn't it?
I'm in a hurry and I haven't learned to type.
And missing keys and everything.
Missing keys.
And there's no erase button, so...
Well, you got to work with what you got, haven't you?
And that's what I got.
Yeah.
Hello, Phil, Tom, Johnny, Colin, and Ed. This is Ann from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And my question for you is, I was wondering if you want to tour the USA or you feel you have to tour the USA?
The enjoyment sort of kicking in now rather than 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So
touring in America is very good at making you sort of do lots of stuff like histrionics, I'd call it, you know, stuff that makes you go, yeah, and like you do this move here and you do this move here and everything's scripted because it makes everybody go, woo, you know. But I'd much rather be someone like Miles Davis who turns his back on the audience and just listens to what everybody's doing. Because like, that's why they're really there. They want you to play.
Brendan from Evergreen, Colorado wants to know, could you discuss the term concept album, in quotes, and how it applies to your work?
I'm not doing that.
God. Concept album, right? The only time you sort of really start thinking about it is when you try and put the songs together. We spent like a week like sort of working out how things would like sound good after each other. But before then it's just like individual things really.
OK Computer, I mean, you know, sort of people say OK Computer is a concept album, which is frankly terrifying.
But it might be for them, I mean, that's...
Yeah, no, it is for them, but it's interesting because the only concept that we had was that it was going to be called OK Computer. That was literally the first thing we had, the record, was the title.
Galen from the Woodlands, Texas asks, can you guys tell me what your studio looks like?
messy.
A collection of old vintage computers as well.
Yeah.
Of course we don't know what to do with, but they look great. And there's lots of tapes all over the place. we can't remember what we put on them. And there's a lot of gear, but we really not. It kind of needs to. When we built it, we wanted it to be a house as well, somewhere that we just hang out. But at the moment, it's like we built it and then we immediately started working on Kid A and Amnesia. So at the moment, it is literally a bomb site. So, you know, it's kind of like this. What we've always dreamt of having was a kind of like a neutral space that we all go to and we do our thing in. And it's no one's in particular, you know.
It's kind of reminiscent of when we did actually live together, though, isn't it?
A little bit. It smells the same.
Johnny never does the washing up, no.
Yeah.
Stanley from Coney Island wants to know how you guys feel about the fact that bands like Travis, Coldplay, and Muse are making a career sounding exactly like your records did in 1997.
Good luck with Kid A.
What do you mean? That by yourself?
y personalmente recibirá la atención de un gran
I thought I told you not to use my royal mug.
30 years of British music from The Who to Travis, on sale now at Virgin Megastore.
We're closing in on the life form.
I don't see how any living thing could survive out here. Oh my God. On July 11th, discover the ultimate power of Final Fantasy, The Spirits Within, rated PG-13. Opens Wednesday.
There's also a male out there near the position or near the job that you think is quite attractive, quite intelligent, and that's also a motivation, is it not?
Well,
now we're getting to the good stuff, as them say, huh? Do you have anyone close to you now that is questioning the biological parentage of their child?
Yes, my fiance.
Oh, that's why we get that.
Yes.
That's why everybody's talking about your business, because everybody's talking about who is the father of that baby.
Yes.
You have told him that you think that you are pregnant for he.
Oh my God.
Yeah, exactly. It's amazing what Miss Cleo can see, huh? Call me for your free reading now.
Call 1-800-788-5244.
Log on and win at www.mycleo.com.
Is not having your high school diploma keeping you from making the money you want? With Professional Career Development Institute, you can earn your high school diploma at home without ever setting foot inside a classroom. And best of all, you can study at your own pace, go as fast or as slow as you want. Earning your high school diploma is just one of the many career training opportunities PCDI offers. Listen to these other exciting courses to choose from. Get your career diploma in medical transcription, paralegal, medical claims billing, bookkeeping, accounting, child daycare, computer training, private investigator, interior decorating, veterinary assistant, bridal consultant, medical dental office assistant, electrician, pharmacy technician, high school diploma, or get your associate degree in paralegal, accounting, business management, or criminal justice. Your future starts with a simple phone call, so call today for free career training literature.
Call 1-800-937-3258 for free literature on the one course of your choice.
Like a desert high.
Thirsty?
Why can't I get what I need?
I'm thirsty.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We have juice.
Get what I need.
Cranberry?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Orange?
You know what I mean. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What you watching?
See what I see.
Videos.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, then.
yeah. Baby and me. Where you going, Ed? It's a bit boring, isn't it?
It's been 10 years since you guys have basically been signed as a band. What would the Radiohead of 2001 say to the Radiohead of 1991?
There's going to be a dark moment in about 1.5 years when you record a song called Pop Is Dead.
Yeah, it's all going to go.
Don't do that.
Yeah, forget about the rock thing a little bit earlier. Take it easy. No, don't be quite so hard on yourself. Around 97, 98. And attempt to get a life of some description, because it tends to help.
Now, in October of 2000, you sat down for an interview with us, and you actually told Kurt Loder that you heard yourself singing Fake Plastic Trees, you didn't recognize your own voice, and that actually made you happy. And I was wondering if you could explain that a little better.
That's why I still say that what we do is like pop music, because there's an element of it that is supposed to be disposable and supposed to be something you don't remember. Personally speaking, I have an incredibly short attention span anyway, and equally I don't remember things 2 or 3 months later.
Do you guys also get bored pretty easily?
Yeah, but I think it's more positive than that, you know. It's hungry for new things rather than being bored with what's lying around, you know. And there's always so much to find, so, yeah.
NASA sent out the Voyager space probe with a whole soundtrack from Beethoven to Johnny B. Good in an attempt to contact extraterrestrial life with these songs. If you could have put any one song on the Voyager space probe to contact alien life, which would it have been?
Well, when we were doing the record, Johnny got the SETI program for listening to broadcasts from outer space, and they were like running on a computer, and it was cool.
Yeah, I got a bit obsessed with all that. I even copied out the list of music you're talking about that was sent. I've got it in my notebook, all the things that people thought summed up good music for. So I know what you're talking about. As to what I choose, I don't know. They sort of got it quite right in a way.
On Kid A, on Amnesiac, even on OK Computer, there's so much reoccurring futuristic sci-fi imagery.
What's that? Okay.
Subterranean homesick aliens, paranoid androids, clones named Kid A, Ice Age is coming, and so forth.
Is it sci-fi? Okay, maybe, yeah.
Would you say so?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, why all the futurist images?
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think it's necessarily even in the music, in the lyrics. I think it's in the music as well. The whole atmosphere of it. To me, I read a Ray Bradbury book halfway through doing the record, Martian Chronicles, and the way he just describes, and it's about sort of people living on Mars who live on their own, you know, in the middle of nowhere on Mars, and the music they listen to and the way he describes it, and that's kind of immediately that was like, yeah, that's how we should sound.
Yeah.
Here in my armchair, I seek in vain for flaws in my design. In 24 more hours
and basically it was like, you know, they had guns in their holsters, and it was like, he's not coming in. That's it. Now, I held up that sign up because, to me, either the press in this country, the media in this country are so right-wing and they just can't handle the challenge, or there's something deeper and scarier going on. Either way, the guy at least has the right to say what he wants to say.
Yeah.
You know, we're not members of this country. We aren't allowed to make sort of political comments, really. But that's f***ed up.
Do you guys ever have any interest in scoring movie soundtracks in the future?
Yes. We're sort of tentatively trying a few things out, which is the vaguest answer I've ever given for anything. But we're trying to turn our studio into something that can do that. We're assembling old televisions and video recorders and trying to work out how to do it.
Yeah.
So yes.
But it's like, if we do it, you know, it has to be a fairly chilled out thing, really, because having never done it, we might get up really badly.
It'd be an interesting thing to do though. You know, at the end of the day, if you're doing the soundtrack, you don't have the final say on it. You know, the director does, and I think that would be quite interesting for us, because if he says, we want 30 seconds there, that's what you have to give him. So that's, I think it'd be very interesting to see how we dealt with that.
Feature, interview from the band.
Revenge of the Brits continues here from the Virgin Megastore, Times Square, New York City. I'm just...
You say I only hear what I want to. You say I talk so all the time, so and I thought what I felt was simple, and I thought that I don't belong, and now that I am leaving, now I know that I did something wrong, 'cause I missed you. Yeah, yeah, I missed you. And you say I only hear what I want to. I don't listen hard, don't pay attention to the distance that you're running to anyone, anywhere. I don't understand if you really care. I'm only hearing negative. No, no, no. So I turn the radio on, I turn the radio up, and this woman was singing my song. Lover's in love and the others run away. Lover is crying 'cause the other won't stay. Some others hover and we weep for the other who was dying since the day they were born. Well, this is not that thing that I'm throwing, but I'm thrown. And I thought I'd live forever, but now I'm not so sure. You try to tell me that I'm clever, that won't take me anyhow or anywhere. want me 'cause you want me, and one day you let me go. You try to give away, keep her